13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
We're going to be looking at temperatures in the 60s later on today, maybe even close to 70. What about Thanksgiving and what about the rain chances for the end of the week? Everything you need to know weather-wise coming up.
And expect the roads to be a little more busy today. I'll tell you more on how to make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get where you're going and what to check out before you take that car out on the road.
But they're still young enough that you can change so that they don't have to be a victim of what they've been through.
This month we are giving thanks, and today we're taking you to the Pace Center for Girls, who's helping teenagers who may be struggling at home or school. Plus,
to remain positive. And when you remain positive, they can have a lasting impression.
We introduce you to Miss Gloria Thaxton and show you how she is putting the yay in people's day. Standing by in the studio right now. Let's get this Wednesday popping, Caitlin.
yes, good morning. It is now 6:30 on this November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving. I'm Caitlin Hegg.
And I'm Wanya Reese. I can't wait to put on my big pants so I can eat all that I want to eat.
Exactly. A lot of people, of course, heading out to their Thanksgiving meals today. So, Alex, what do they need to know before they head out?
Yeah, we're going to be looking at pretty nice weather, not only here in central Georgia, but all across Georgia and all across the country. So no matter where you're going today, we're going to be looking at pretty nice conditions. Look for a high temperature right around 70 later on as we roll on into the afternoon hours. A few sprinkles out there this morning. Going to be looking at temperatures in the 50s right about now, warming into the 70s. And then once we get to tomorrow, a high temperature right around 64, 65, dealing with a lot of overcast skies across the area for Thanksgiving itself. Although I do think we stay dry. Once we get past Thanksgiving and into Friday, overnight Thursday into Friday, a big old weather system working its way into central Georgia, talking about a lot of rain for Friday and then a lot of rain again on Saturday. I'm going to have all those details for you, and we've got the 7-day. Having some issues with the graphics this morning, but all that's coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Alex. Of course, it is Thanksgiving Eve, and this is going to be one of the busiest days for holiday travel this week.
That's right. The Georgia Department of Transportation predicts heavy congestions on the roads from noon until 6. They advise drivers to add 30 to 40 minutes of extra travel time. So GDOT is going to be suspending construction and lane closures, and AAA is reminding folks about their Tow to Go program. The ride service is meant to keep impaired drivers off of the road. It's going to be running from 6 p.m. tomorrow night through 6 a.m. next Monday, November the 28th. You can call their number during the operating hours at 855-286-9246. That number again for you, it's 855-286-9246.
Now, if you haven't hit the roads yet, you probably have your route all planned up. You've got your car prepped and ready to go.
That's right. Our morning reporter TJ Anthony spoke with AAA about what you should know about driving or flying this holiday season. Good morning to you, TJ.
Good morning. That's right. Today's expected to be the busiest travel day of the holiday weekend. Christmas will be here soon and New Year's right after that. So the holiday travel season is in full effect, which of course means fun, family food, busy airports, and busy roads.
Things are opening up, so I'm ready to see my family.
Sharonda Aldrich isn't the only person ready to see their family this Thanksgiving. She, like many people, are of course excited for
The food. The food.
Inflation is being factored into not only meals this year, but also travel plans.
Hi, plane tickets, car rentals, hotels, everything is expensive right now. So what AAA has found is that it's cheaper for people to travel by car.
With many people choosing to hit the roads instead of the skies, AAA spokesperson Montre Waiters says safety is crucial. That means getting your car checked by a service technician before hitting the highway, including
batteries, tire pressure, windshield wipers, because, we got quite a bit of rain just not too long ago.
And if you're flying,
you make sure you get there at least 3 hours before, to give yourself some time to get through security. Make sure that you check your flights online prior to getting to the airport.
Overall, it's about
timing and getting there early, being prepared.
Sharonda says she's ready for the food this Thanksgiving, but also ready to see her loved ones for another reason.
I'm actually pregnant, so I'm going to be telling my family that I'm pregnant, so.
Well, congrats to her. And AAA expects to assist about 411,000 people across the nation, helping with everything from flat tires to lockouts. So if you see a service vehicle, move over for not only the safety of them, but also the people that they're helping out. That could be you or even your loved one. Caitlin and Wani, those are just some important tips to remember.
Definitely. Thank you so much, TJ. Job well done on that story. And I mean, what a great surprise.
I know. On Thanksgiving meal, can you imagine just letting out that big old surprise. I'm excited for her.
Exactly. AAA also reminds you to avoid distracted driving and making sure that you have a safety kit ready in your car.
Now that should include a flashlight, cell phone charger, first aid kit, anything else that could help you in an emergency. Make sure you have all that with you. All right, 6:35 this morning, Bibb deputies continue to investigate what led up to a shooting at a Macon apartment complex. As of last night, two people are in stable condition after getting shot. The sheriff's office says it happened at the Manchester at Wesleyan around 11 a.m. A man and woman got shot at the building 100. And a Twiggs County woman is dead after a wreck in Jones County yesterday afternoon. The Jones Sheriff's Office says it happened around 4 o'clock at the 300 block of Highway 57 near Twiggs County. The Sheriff's Office says 70-year-old Martha Showers lost control of her car. She was ejected as it flipped and landed in a yard. Showers died there. In education news, Dooley County schools celebrate becoming one of only 12 districts in the state selected to participate in a new teacher evaluation system. It launches next year. The program is intended to emphasize growth and elevate teaching. It's called GA Leads. It stands for the Georgian Leadership and Educator Acceleration and Development System. It's quite a mouthful. The main goal of the pilot program is to replace the current Teacher Keys effectiveness system. All Georgia school districts had a chance to apply. Dooley schools and the other districts were selected based on their readiness to address teacher recruitment and retention and improving leadership. The pilot launches in August.
6:36 here on your Wednesday morning. Right now, the State Court of Appeals decision to delay Saturday early voting ahead of the runoff now means it's up to your county to decide whether you'll be able to vote early this Saturday. University of Georgia political science professor Charles Bullock says several blue-leaning counties statewide have already said they will have Saturday voting. That includes many metro Atlanta counties and also Athens-Clarke. In central Georgia, Macon, Bibb, Baldwin, and Macon counties say they'll have early voting this Saturday. Meanwhile, several Republican-leaning counties in our area like Houston and Jones says they're not. Bullock says this statewide trend could give an advantage to Raphael Warnock.
What we've seen in the past, I assume it'll also maintain this year, is in the special election, is that Democrats are more likely to make use of this early in-person voting. Republicans tend to be more often among those who show up on election day. So by providing an additional day, it'll give more opportunities for Democrats potentially to kind of run up their vote totals before.
Saturday voting varies depending on what county you're in. Right now, Macon, Bibb, Baldwin, Crawford, and Macon counties will have Saturday voting. In Macon, Bibb, you can go to the Pioneer Main Elections Office this Saturday to early vote from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then early voting picks back up on Monday, November the 28th, and it's going to be ending on Friday, December the 2nd. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is November the 28th. For details on times and places for early voting in your county and for more information on the runoffs, you can find our Georgia 2022 runoff election guide. It's live right now on our website at 13wmaz.com. We can also send that election guide directly to your phone. All you have to do is just text the word vote to 478-752-1309. We're giving thanks all month. This morning, we take you to the Pace Center and show you the work that they are doing with young women here in Macon. And it's time to put some yay in your day this Thanksgiving Eve. Stay with us. Miss Gloria Thaxton, she is live in studio right now. She is standing by for an interview and a special surprise from 13 WMAZ. The time is now 6:38 here on your Wednesday morning. The devil is trying to stop Alex from giving that weather forecast, but get behind us, Satan. It's going to happen.
Exactly. Thankfully, it's a day where we don't have a lot going on weather-wise.
We really don't. We've got a few showers out there, and we figured out a fix.
All right.
We have at least somewhat of a semblance of a forecast.
There we go.
At the moment. But hey, a little behind-the-scenes stuff since we have the time. Every morning, I do quite literally come in and write down all the model data. So this is what I'm reading off of. This is the same information you were seeing on the screen behind me just a few minutes ago. But we are seeing a few showers out there this morning across the area as we head into the day, though. There it is, a high temperature right around 69. So a 20% chance of rain early this morning. For tomorrow, a temperature about 64 for the high. Notice a little more cloud cover across the area from that icon. We are going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies through the day, and that's going to be ahead of our next weather maker, which arrives on Friday. So overnight, Thanksgiving into Friday, widespread rain begins to build in across central Georgia. And that's going to last through much of the day on Friday. When it's not raining, it's going to be that overcast, misty, dreary day. And then for Saturday, wave 2 of the rain comes in, and we might even see a few storms with that. I'm thinking later in the day on Saturday. So the first part of Saturday, no rain coming from the sky. The ground probably still wet from the rain on Friday. But more rain arrives late Saturday, and some of that could carry over into early on Sunday with a 30% chance of rain there. Then into next week, the sun begins to come out. We're going to be looking at pretty nice weather across central Georgia for Thanksgiving. If you're headed around the state, of course, we've got that high of 64 here in Macon, looking at a high of 67 in Columbus, 61 in Atlanta. Hey, if you're headed down to Jacksonville, Florida, 76 there and 70 in Savannah. Yesterday, you did make it to 64, so tomorrow, similar to yesterday across the area. Average high is about 67 for this time of year. So we are, generally speaking, running at average across the area. A far cry from what we saw last week with high temperatures in the 50s, overnight lows in the 20s. At one point, got down to 25 degrees. That was early on Monday morning. And then, of course, at the end of last week, we also saw 20s across the area, 26 on Friday morning, and that continued into the week prior as well. So certainly flipping the script, and the rainfall much needed as well. We could pick up 1 to 2 inches of rain from now through the end of the day on Sunday. Of course, parts of our area are in a moderate drought as we speak, so the rainfall will be welcome, and at least it's not coming on Thursday on the holiday. It's going to be coming over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, Black Friday is traditionally the in-store shopping day. Maybe a better idea to just shop online on Black Friday or wait till Cyber Monday, because we are going to be looking at that rain across the area. And then, of course, that'll carry us into next week. Of course, next week being the last week of November, we do expect this trend to continue in terms of average temperatures. Once we get to about Wednesday or Thursday or so just off the 7-day here, we're going to be looking at our next weather maker rolling in, and that's going to bring with it another round of showers and storms. And just a reminder, as we get into the end of November, December here, we do enter a second severe weather season, so something to be mindful of as we get into next week. We're going to be watching the details on that cold front to see if it could potentially bring us anything in the way of that. But as of now, there's your 7-day forecast. Never thought I would talk over it for 3 minutes, but there it is. We're coming back right after this.